The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, say the date, August 14th, Frisco, Texas. We got a big fight, an interesting fight in the welterweight division as it features one of the best and brightest young talents in all of boxing, making his way back to the ring, giving the hometown fans another fight. You got Vergil Ortiz, the fighting pride of Grand Prairie, Texas, and all of Dallas, Texas. He's taking on Mean Machine, Kavaliauskas. The same Kavaliauskas that gave Terence Crawford one of his toughest fights, the same Kavaliauskas that I think is an underrated welterweight, the same Kavaliauskas that, a lot of people thought put Terence Crawford on his ass, the same Kavaliauskas that was an Olympian, the same Kavaliauskas that is a solid top 15 guy. And look, if Vergil Ortiz wins this fight and wins it in sensational fashion, I don't see any reason why he should be not denied of the step-up fights we're looking for. Obviously, the main fight that I think is the most realistic for him is the Terence Crawford fight, due to the fact that he's currently ranked number 1 in the WBO, and also due to the fact that Terence Crawford can't get opponents. So if he's ranked number 1 in the WBO and Terence Crawford can't get opponents, there's no reason that this fight should not happen if he beats Kavaliauskas. I remember I was in the arena the night Vergil Ortiz beat up Maurice Hooker and stopped him, and Crawford was in the corner of Hooker, and he pretty much said that Vergil wasn't ready. And maybe that was the case then, but I think if he wins this fight against Kavaliauskas, there's no reason that would be the case now, because now he has proven himself against a top 15 caliber opponent and a common opponent with Terence, and a guy that gave Terence all he could handle, and that was a fight where Terence had to show that extra bit of quality to win. So definitely a lot of storylines going into this fight. From the Kavaliauskas side of things, look, Kavaliauskas, he's someone that said it himself. He doesn't want to take easy fights, and he's kind of like, he has that throwback fighter mentality to where he's not afraid to go to somebody's backyard. He's not afraid to take the fights that people aren't willing to take. And it's big for him, because look, if he beats Vergil Ortiz, that right there, that's a feather in Terence Crawford's cap, because Terence is able to stop Kavaliauskas. So if Kavaliauskas can beat Vergil Ortiz and maybe stop Vergil or something like that, that makes Terence look better. And that puts Kavaliauskas in a position to potentially get a Terence Crawford rematch. And that lets people know that Kavaliauskas is a lot better than people were giving him credit for. There's I remember last year when I went on BFTB Boxing's channel, this guy on YouTube, BFTB. And we had a little argument. We don't see eye to eye on anything when it comes to boxing. And he was talking about how Kavaliauskas isn't a good fighter, and he doesn't even call him by his name. He calls him green beans and all this stuff. And I was trying to tell him, look, Kavaliauskas is a solid top 15 fighter. He was a good amateur, he's an Olympian. Not a bum by any stretch of the imagination, like some people paint him out to be. And I think this would be a good fight. I think this would be a fight where you're gonna get two guys jockeying for position and controlling the center of the ring. Vergil's gonna throw that power jab. Vergil's gonna continue to show you why he's one of the strongest and hardest hitting fighters in boxing. But Kavaliauskas is the kind of fighter that I don't think will take a step back. And if he does take a step back, Vergil's gonna have to make him take a step back. And that's the intrigue of this fight. What makes this fight so interesting is the fact that Vergil Ortiz is gonna have to make Kavaliauskas take a step back. So it's definitely the kind of fight we need in the welterweight division. It's definitely the kind of fight that Vergil Ortiz needs at this point in his career, if you're looking at him fighting someone like a Terence Crawford. And if Terence Crawford maintains the same energy of saying that he's not ready and all this stuff, then we're gonna have to really put some serious pressure on Terence Crawford, because at that point there'd be no reason to dismiss the fight with Vergil Ortiz, because he gets beat the brakes off one of your toughest opponents. So a lot of things going into this fight. Stylistically, it's an entertaining fight, and it is a fight where Vergil Ortiz shows any lapses in his defense and allows Kavaliauskas to hit him flush enough times. It could be the hype train could get stopped before it even gets going. So very, very intriguing fight, August 14th over there in Frisco, Texas, at the Star. Should be a good night of boxing, and hopefully the undercard is good as well. But you guys leave me your comments down below. What do you think of Vergil Ortiz and Kavaliauskas? in their fight, and let me know, Vergil Ortiz wins this fight, should Terence Crawford give him a shot at the WBL title? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.